All right, people. What's good? What's good? Your boy MarkN is back, and welcome to the Premier League Roundup. Guys, it's game week 24. Just to remind everyone, season 26 is underway, and that form is temporary and pressure is permanent. Manchester United, late drama again, heart rate check. But listen, 3 points with the dub. You know we got to keep it moving. Now let's talk about the rivals, because you know what, Arsenal went to Leeds and finally remembered how to act like title challengers. Fair play to the fools. You know what I'm saying? But don't get carried away, guys. We've seen this movie before. February confidence and April explanations. Don't get twisted. Liverpool's turned up to the show and decided that today was the day they're going to play some football. But big win. Lots of noise, but consistency still missing. You know, 1 week, nearly. And a what if? Maybe. Yes, shitty. The best team in the world dropping points again. All that possession and control and still losing in key moments. Pep's calculator is rolling in overtime, folks. Chelsea certainly pulled off a comeback. Credit where it's due, but let's not pretend defensive stability suddenly arrived overnight. Newcastle hit a speed bump, and when momentum goes, questions start flying. Eddie Howe, what's going on, broski? Villa, keep doing quiet work, no hype, no noise, just points stacking up. But at the same time, Spurs, yeah, they give us a little something to talk about because they got City's, number. They dropped them some points and they're still down the table. Panic stations are officially open to all those guys. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jedi Spurs and those guys in the building. You know those Spurs fans, they love to talk. But tonight, let's talk about the results, every point, every decision, what the VAR and the refs done. Let's get into it. Let's talk about how we feel about the results. No pundit talk, no protecting narratives, just football fans reacting to the reality of what is going on. You know what I mean? This is the Premier League Roundup with your boy MarkN, MUFCFAN. And of course, you got my friends coming in and they will be here shortly. But until then, you've got my company and I've got yours. And it's a big one, guys. So let's get into it and let's talk. Let's see how it goes, because there's a lot of interesting things to talk about in this game week. Of course, let's start with the bums and bruises. Of course, we always have to do these things. And it's going to keep getting more and more interesting. Now, let's get into it. Because, of course, the results and the drama never stop. They never stop. And, of course, Leeds and Arsenal, we'll start with these guys. Arsenal, they finally remembered how to play some kind of football. They did dominate the game from the offs. Shout out to Leeds. They couldn't handle the pace. Zubimendi scored early. Madueke was heavily involved. Give credit to them. And after that, they just kept it going. And it's one of those interesting ones. I wish my buddy Waffle Don would have been here to talk up, wax lyrical about his team's performance. But I haven't heard from my brother. You know what I mean? He's a little bit down since Man United kind of did the business. Like I told him, the black kit, you got to respect it. Even when we show up undefeated, yeah, you could get smacked up. You know how it goes. You know what I mean? Liverpool, the Scouts, Nems, where you at, homie? Because you ain't here to talk about your team finally winning a game, finally remembering how to score goals. You only want to tell me about how good Edekite is, how much Salah is great. Newcastle fans, I know it's a tough one. You guys thought you were going to win after Anthony Gordon scored that opener. But what can I say? The quick response, Florian Wirtz showing up big time. Well, he did cost 100 and something million pounds. So, it's about damn time he showed up and done something good for the world and his club. We don't really care too much, because at the end of the day, the rivals are going to die regardless. They're still finishing in 6th. And I don't know what anyone else thinks, but that's just my opinion. And of course, I've been having this opinion for months and months and months. Shout out to Nems. Nems, I dropped the link in the group. You should be live here right now, bro, to talk about your team. Why are you in the chat? You know what I mean? This is the Liverpool segment of the Premier Roundup, and you're not even here. The link is in the group. Get inside and get your team some service before you miss out. And maybe you might just miss out because I'm on a roll right now. You know what I mean? Of course, your boy loves to talk trash about the rivals. But of course, let's keep it professional. my boy Chelsea Dan, he didn't show up yet. So did Nyasa. I don't know what's going on with these guys right now, the Chelsea fans, but their team did show up a big performance. West Ham shocking everyone, leading 2-0 at the half. But Chelsea switched shape under new manager Rossinier. And I told my Chelsea fans, the guy looks pretty interesting. He looks like he can do a job and get it done. Maybe take some time. He might grow with the young squad that you got. But, these guys at Chelsea, they're a little bit spoiled. Roman Abramovich has them in his pocket still. But he's no longer there. So I don't know what to say about these Chelsea guys. You know what I mean? Nems, what's going on? Big up for my bro Drex. I mean, I think he's still at work, bro. So he'll probably be getting in when he can. He'd probably jump in and give his 2 cents on the Manchester segment because, we did do the business at the end of the day. Of course, they made a strong impact of themselves. They showed a lot of character, this young Chelsea squad, in dealing with that comeback, and I would say that heavy involvement from Moises Caicedo, as well as the likes of Enzo Fernandez. I know some Chelsea fans will be mad at the guy, but he does show up big time sometimes. Mark Cucurella having a big performance as well. Getting into a fight, being tossed around like a rag doll. You swear it was Chucky on the move. You know what I mean? But you don't stand in the way of Traore, guys. You know what I'm saying? That Traore moved that guy like, he was something out of there. But at the same time, it is what it is. Chelsea, they're in 5th right now, trying to keep up with the things and life as it seems. But it gets even more interesting right now because if you look at this right now, Brighton and Hove Albion 1-1 with Everton. It's not looking good for Brighton and Hove. You know what I mean? They didn't have the transfer summer that they expected. And of course, their season is looking a bit abysmal. It could get even interesting. Smash. What are you talking about, smash? You know what I mean? Smash the likes. That's what you meant. You know what I mean? Shout out to Nems, bro. Nem should be here talking about his fans, but he didn't want to wax too lyrically off of one game. I hear you, bro. I feel you. I know that's how you feel right now. You know what I mean? Better not look good for them. I 100%. You know what I mean? They could be sliding on their road to a sub-10 finish for the first time in 3 seasons, this Brighton and Hove Albion team. And it could get very interesting because they could even go lower, depending on their next couple games. And they have a lot of strong team to face coming up. So it's going to be very interesting, folks. And I keep telling you all, pay attention to the league because trust me, it's going to get more interesting. You know what I mean? A lot of teams are dropping points. A lot of teams are showing up with performances. Of course, you have to look at Bournemouth. They just sold their best player. And of course, still pulling up a smashing victory over Wolverhampton, 2-0 controlled. You know what I would say? Bournemouth, they were aggressive from the beginning of the game. Wolves probably thought they're going to have something to do because there's no Semenyo. But the first goal came quick from a wide combination play for Bournemouth. And of course, they like to get down the flanks. Adrian Truffet being very, very key to that movement. And of course, they have a new centre-back coming into that Bournemouth team that's been performing really well. It's getting interesting. Wolves really struggled throughout the game. It's clear why they're at the bottom of the table. And of course, it's going to get interesting because there's quite a few players at Wolves that a lot of teams are circling around, including Manchester United. Joao Neves, anyone? You know what I mean? But let's see how it goes. There's also Andre Trinidad, and I would say that both of them might look smashingly in the red kit of Manchester United, but other people might have different opinions. Let's see how it goes because Tottenham, they came up with a big result, cutting Man City down a 2nd week in a row after they lost to Manchester United in the derby at Old Trafford. But Tottenham Hotspurs, what can I say? A good comeback from them. They went down early, but find a way to come back into the game. Will that be some false hope because they faced United next week? And of course, if you ask me, it's the best result that I could have expected. And of course, I've been begging for a draw in that game. And a lot of people might say that, City, they are the team to beat, the best team in the league, who took the lead twice, but conceded it twice. And again, it shows that, they are not really that strong as they used to be. maybe they're gettable this season. What if they flutter out of top 4 and you see the big bad City 5th and Liverpool 6th? Won't that be an interesting league to finish this season, guys? I don't know, but maybe you should think about it because it could get real for the citizens because they could be falling out of top 4 pretty soon. Chelsea and Man United are on the chase. It could be interesting. There's within touching distance, 5 points separate these teams. And another poor result from Man City could see them staring down a battle to keep their second spot. Of course, Villa showing Brentford quietly why they are in the chase for the league title this season. You know, a controlled performance in early phases of the game dictated the tempo for Villa. And of course, Brentford tried their best to stay compact, and they always are dangerous on the counter. But Villa's quality in the final third proved to be decisive. And even the late rush from Brentford could not bring back into the game last time, walking away with a 2-1 victory at home. Tottenham Forest 1-0 against Crystal Palace, a cagey game. Not at all one of those for the neutrals, you know what I mean? If you are not a fan, you're going to be a little bit frustrated with this game because Forest really just capitalized on a defensive error and both sides really didn't have enough to offer going forward to say that they were going to try to change the result. It was just a really kind of stale game. And people might disagree, but I think Palace should be doing better. They didn't look at all potent going forward and never looked really to capitalize and get an equalizer or possibly get a win in the game. I just think it was just one of those dead games, guys. But people could say and have their opinions. Of course, the chat is there. If you guys want to call in, just let me know in the chat. I will drop the link and you can call in and talk about your team performance. Because Sunderland versus Burnley, well, I can't really talk about that game. It's currently still going on. I think there's like maybe another half to go. So I will check the scores in a little bit and give you guys a little bit of interesting updates on that. But let's get into some more interesting affairs because really and truly the big one of the weekend, the result a lot of fans and football fans everywhere were wondering about had to be the Manchester United game, folks. And when I say that, it's clear to see the result right there in your screen. It looks a close game, but I would say to you, Fulham will never end that game. And let's be honest. Yeah, let's be really honest. And if we're going to be fully honest, folks, I'm gonna have to, kind of show you some things because I see my buddy Drex is coming in. I'm gonna let him give a brief on his opinions on the league happenings before we really get into the Manchester United game. But Drex, what are your thoughts, bro? How was
What are you saying? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro.
Yo, man. Oh, man. The Tottenham game was the one I wanted to draw the most, right? And it did happen, so that's good for me. For the Chelsea game, very impressive um comeback from Chelsea because at halftime the players were being booed out of the pitch. Even Sanchez, the goalkeeper, was having an altercation verbally with one of the fans. So, but for them to come during the second half and to put that kind of performance, scoring 3 goals, I think I've been keeping an eye on that guy, Rosenau was his name, and he looks like he knows what is the Premier League, what is expected of him in the Premier League. So, but we just like it's just the third, fourth game, so we just have to wait and see what will happen. But he's looking the part right now. For Brighton, Everton, I was happy Everton came to at least get a point in that game. Brighton, I want their woes to continue. Yeah, they I just that game they did. I think Everton deserved. Bias aside, I think Everton deserved a point in that game, right? So it's a good game for the Evertonians, right? But for the Brighton fans, I don't think they will enjoy that one. Which other game is there? There is the Tottenham Man City game, bro. I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know what happened in that game. It's It's the thing with Tottenham and City. I think it's gonna continue. Long way it continue though. Yeah,
I mean,
that's all I have for now.
Tottenham just seem to be City's bogey team, and
Right now.
it's one
Yeah.
of those things. Like I don't know how to say it, boy, but it's good to see. You know what I mean? It's good to see. I feel like it's one of those things you want to see, and at the end of the day, is something you need to see because realistically, you know, you want to have that how you want to see City fail as a Man United fan. It, to be fair, is like it's not even, you know, abnormal for us to be saying this. Is you want to see Arsenal lose. These are things that are normal. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't get more normal than that as a Man United fan. But realistically, you would like to see good performances. And we did see that from Tottenham, as much as a lot of people, you know, wanted Tottenham to lose because they have this impression that if Tottenham lose, Man United will be in a stronger position to win the game. I just feel like it's always better that Tottenham was to lose, because that Tottenham draw. Because if Tottenham didn't lose, yeah, then it would have been a situation. If they did lose, they would have come into the game against Man United and be a little bit more difficult to beat. You know what I mean? But with the little bit of a spurt that they have from this result against Man City, it could give us a situation where, you know, Man United could probably use that little bit of confidence they have against them. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things, because, hey, a lot of people will say what they like and say what they will, but at the end of the day, we had to examine all what happened. And none better than my brethren, my new best friend. I had to bring him to the fort today again because, you know, he have another one here. And I just wanted to bring it to the stream now because, of course, you know, I like the way he does break it down. And to be fair, I couldn't do a better job. I feel like people will believe him more than they will believe me. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but that's just how I feel.
No, sorry, man. I was actually
So,
trying to place an order.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, you can go ahead and talk, bro.
No, I said I was placing an order for pizza.
Oh, would. Well, I mean, good vibes. This is not the one. This is not the video. I had to find the video, bro. Hold on. Hate on, I can't find this thing, you know, bro. I had the whole video there, bro. You know, I don't understand. Disappear now.
Yo, what is it you're looking for?
I had the analysis from Jamie Carragher for the Manchester United game.
Oh, okay. I think Jamie is beginning to look like he just likes football, and he's dropped his bias, and he's beginning to sound very, very like an unbiased pundit, which I've come to appreciate. But it's still Jamie Carragher.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jamie Carragher.
But that game against Fulham, right? It's just so scary, and the fact that 1 minute we're in the game, the next minute is like 1 minute we had control of the game, the next minute is looking like we're struggling. I'm like, wait, what exactly is going on? And the Fulham coach was he almost exploded when that equalizer went in. I'm like, yo, man, you guys have been below par in this game. United have controlled everything. That's football for you, though. If you don't control the game the whole 90 minutes, you could just sleep. Good thing he did it, because guess what? We have the world best player. Anybody that disagrees should argue with their computer, man. Bruno Fernandes, best player in the world, bro. That man.
I can't find it, bro. Real cousin. Real cousin, bro. I have it here on my phone, but I can't find it there. I don't know why.
Well, just send it to your laptop.
That's what I'm trying to do, bro. But you know how it is be when them things in using a VPN and thing. So
bro, that Liverpool Newcastle game, I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing in that game, bro. Like, it felt like Newcastle I felt like there was brown paper envelope somewhere in that game, bro. Like, Eddie Howe decided to play with no striker. He decided to play Anthony Gordon, who's been complaining about the Premier League not being he just all about throw and long ball. And you'd expect him to play football when it's been played on the ground. He got teams playing football on the ground, and he was nowhere to be found apart from that first goal. Immediately he scored, he went hiding. And Eddie Howe, bro, I don't know. That guy always makes me laugh. 4-1.
You're telling me this video unavailable, bro. Okay, I think I'm getting one here. All right, so we could do this one here now. This one will be good because this is the one that I was watching earlier. I bet that.
Still not playing?
Yeah, this one. But I'll just speed it up a little bit now. And that is the right, so I have it here now. So, right, so I'll go and share it. Well, it. Right then. I feel like it's in German, bro. What the hell?
Mit seinem Team hier Manchester United schön einen Strich durch die Rechnung machen. Die Cottages in Weiß von rechts nach links. Seit so vielen Jahren mit
Bomberclot. Bro, I not to play this today, bro. How the hell this shit? Oh. All that shit is in DE. I don't even know right now, bro. It's supposed to be in English.
Oh, but it's your region, so it's gonna.
Yeah. Anyway, but the main thing is I wanted to talk about Jamie Carragher, and I wanted to talk about what he was saying because, you know, the man analyzed the game so good, bro, about how Manchester United play into Fulham and how they gave Fulham the chance to play the lone block, but they also sucked them out in moments with using different movements. Yeah. And it's so interesting, bro, because, boy, listen, yeah. The man make it like he make it sound real good, bro. Because realistically, yeah.
But let's talk about United. We need to find a way to plug them holes where we concede, bro.
I mean, we will concede goals, bro. Like I don't understand.
No, we will, but not conceding. Okay, the penalty, that one, I don't understand how that was a penalty, but how the referee even got to see that at first view and called it a penalty. I'm like, okay, but man,
big up to Stephanie in the building. Shout out to everybody joining. Big up to Tony Claude as well. I now seeing the messages there, guys. Sorry about that. Apologies. Big up to all of you joining here. I seen Great One saying that Sunderland have a 2-0 lead on Burnley right now. Can they do something against Arsenal? It might get interesting to see what happened there. I mean, but Steph, Tony here. Where Tony, boy? I know Tony. Steph and I was telling you the last time when we had the Premier League, the rival watch, that we was going to smash you up. You know, I know you didn't believe us, but shout out to you, broski. You know, you hold it in your own.
I think your other panelists, they don't want to show up today because they won. And the last time they were expecting them to show up after they lost. So they're trying to strike a balance. I'm like, yo, no, I'm not going to show up. I'm not going to show up even when I win, so I have an excuse. Bro, pull up. You won. Come tell us how you feel.
You'll pull up, but I mean, I don't know if you'll pull up today. But what I'm going to tell you is this. I just feel like, yeah, it's going to be tough to beat Man United coming up with a lot of teams. That third win is a long time. People make it seem like if it's easy and it's normal, but it's a long time since Man United was able to get 3 wins back to back. And to have 3 wins back to back on the bunks with this manager, I can't really say it's our manager bunks, you know, because when we look, yeah, but where you share it, bro, because I'm not using my phone. So it's not like if I could share it from my phone. And when I share it to my laptop, I don't know what's going on, bro. So I can't. I don't know why I say I'm not getting the English video. So, but at the same time, it's one of those things where for me as a United fan, I find the whole team giving us a very good performance. Of course, we conceded 2 goals in this game, in this match, and to be honest, it wasn't what it is. I don't know what Great One saying. I think he's trying to post it in the chat, but links don't post to the chat, Great One. Sorry about that. Unless there's a mod.
Yeah, links don't post in the chat.
I mean, at the same time, right? It's not like I feel like a lot of fans want us, you know, feeling more confident in Man United now after we beat a team like Fulham as well, and that make things very interesting, to be honest. I don't know what your thoughts is on that, because a lot of people were saying,
a lot of. I was on the train of, okay, let's see if they could do the same thing they did against the previous games, Man City and Arsenal. Let's see if they could do it against the likes of Fulham. And when the Fulham second goal went in, I was like, nah, man, you guys have shown that you can fight, man. I need to see that fight. Like, come on, don't let me down. Like, it wasn't one of them days when I'm like, you know what, I told you so. No, it was far. I was like, I've seen this fight. Please don't drop it now. Continue. And I saw Carrick telling them, calm down, keep it calm, do what you've been doing, just keep it calm. And the boys just moved the ball around, and that bit of trick from skill from Bruno. The first touch from from Sesko. That first touch from Sesko set that ball up so well for him.
Yeah, I agree there. Drex cut off. I mean, I agree with him. Sesko's first touch was pretty good in that moment, and that set him up for that finish. I feel like I had to talk about the Cunha goal, man. I feel like I might have to hold it this season, guys. You know what I mean? Steph, you know, you all hear Morel talk wax on about how much I adore Cunha, but in the last 3 games, the block against City, the goal against Arsenal, the goal against Fulham this week, I'm definitely gonna be cooked. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna be cooked. And a very great goal by Sesko, bro. I don't know why this Nems FC come in the chat shit in chat, real shit in the chat, you know, bro. He could be in here coming in because he know he's a part of the group. Bro, I can't access it from my laptop. Oh, wait, just now, wait. I think I found the shit. Did I? Yeah, I did. Boom. So, yeah, look, I found the video here, fellas.
Building up. That's nothing new. We see lots of teams do that. You had your 2 midfield players here. And like lots of teams, can you get a front 5 against a back 4? But it was interesting that it was, one of them was your winger on that side, and Ahmad, and Luke Shaw was the left back pushing on, if you like. But what really stood out was the front 3, and they all interchanged. It's actually Mbeumo in this position here, Bruno Fernandes central, and Cunha on the right, but they continually just interchanged constantly, but they were all very close together, very tight together at all times. So there was a lot of that within the game. That was something maybe a little bit different in this game because it was a home game and maybe because it was against Fulham. And as I said, Cunha makes a really good run down the side.
I can't really understand what the man's saying.
Why you should love visual effects?
You know, he a little bit very cockney, but at the same time, real scouse. So
gets away from his man, and we've obviously seen the pull of the shit. Ends up being a penalty given. It's overturned, but then there's a free kick given for the initial pull outside of the box.
Yeah, just to clarify on that, because Marco Silva was really unhappy because he thought that the penalty had been given for the tackle, where John Brooks and VAR were saying that it was given for the pull, and the question was then, was it inside the area or outside the area? And because it's a factual decision, it was able to come back for a free kick just outside the area, which Manchester United made the most of.
Yes, and from that free kick, Casemiro scored another headed goal. I mean, the thing that really stands out for me with Casemiro in all his time at Manchester United, you said to me what was his biggest strength, what was the biggest thing he brought to Manchester United? I would say a threat from set pieces. He's got a great goal record this season. I think he scored a goal every season from a set piece. He's got a lot this season, but he's always... Yes, he's always...
And the interesting thing he mentioned there is Casemiro's impact, a goal or from a set piece every season. Nems, we are finally here, bro. Yeah? I don't talk about Liverpool already, you know, bro. But we will have a little discourse because I have a few questions to ask at the end. So listen well now to the stream. So, you know, we in the Man United segment. I don't know why you didn't show up. I dropped the link early, all kind of thing. You know what I mean? Sleeping on yourself. That's what going on with you. Anyway, so like as I was saying now, when you listen to how he explained that defensive, you know, how we was breaking apart Fulham, it was quite interesting. And of course,
feels like he could score, or he could set something up, or he's dangerous, or the keeper makes a good save. He's, as I said, he's a huge threat.
Do you know, and a lot of people thought that Casemiro's time might well have been over in the Premier League and with Manchester.
And this is our next one because, of course, people hear Casemiro leaving Man United at the end of the season. And you know what's going on with them? They're saying to themselves, Casemiro finished. He's finished. Man United kicking him out. But what's the actual situation behind it? So let's see. Let's see. Because Nems, right now, you don't have a midfielder on point like
Manchester United.
Tell you that.
So he's been an absolute great. I am nowhere near on a level of what that playing for Real Madrid. But I always remember something when I retired myself. And there was a saying I always remember as a footballer: leave the football before the football leaves you.
Oh, Jamie, that
the football's left him at this top level.
That didn't end well for Jamie because he had to apologize.
He needs to call it a day at this level of football and move.
Don't worry.
It was a beautiful moment of punditry.
Don't worry.
Which I'm reminded of by Manchester United fans every time that Casemiro scores a goal or does something really good.
Well, so am I. As soon as he scored his second goal up, I thought my notifications will be off the scale.
But it's interesting because that was almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, and I think for what Casemiro's done at Manchester United, and he's getting a great reception. He's leaving at the end of the season. He's done the perfect type of thing you want from a signing, in that his first season was fantastic, so everyone thinks, you know, he's a great player. Of course he is a great player, and his last season he's going out on a high. He's been fantastic this season, so he'll be remembered really well as well. I think the middle part of his time at Manchester United was a little bit of a struggle for him, but there's no doubt he's bounced back, and it is now fair to say the football has not left him, considering what he's producing this season.
Football has not left Casemiro. And I know fans, it have fans who starting to admit certain things, not just about Casemiro, but about a key player for Man United called Bruno Fernandes. Even Arsenal fans, I hear them talking on their streams about, imagine if Odegaard was more like them. They would already be clear 20 points. But they're keeping it hush. I know Liverpool fans will start talking about something like that soon because, you know, Wirtz, he's no Bruno. He's no Bruno, bro. He's no Bruno.
You saw the game.
Bro.
He can't.
Who he was playing against again? Newcastle. I beat Newcastle, you know, bro. You know that? And Bruno wasn't even on the pitch. He was not even on the pitch. No, listen. Bruno was not on the pitch. And I usually just lose when Bruno not on the pitch. Drex. Manchester United don't usually lose when Bruno not on the pitch.
Leave names alone. Leave names. Let names keep talking.
Sorry now, man. They coming to Old Trafford soon. Long time they didn't see a league double and no Drex.
What I'm gonna agree with Nems about Wits. You can't say Wits is nowhere near what's his name. Wits is nowhere near Bruno for sure. But Wits has actually picked. I don't know. He's picked up on some sort of form, and which which is needed because this is the business end of the season, right? So far he's been doing his bit and he's been helping the team. So you really want to see more players like that towards the business end of the season. But names do not ever say it's clear. It's not. It cannot right now. It's not even in the conversation. Even with Florent Viss will tell you not to put his name in the conversation of Bruno Fernandes right now.
I know Liverpool beg Adidas to get a black kit to look like this, you know? And Adidas say no. You know what? They say no. You see the dead foul on your kit, bro? You see the dead foul? Eh? Dems, tell me you're not going to wear that kit, bro, with a big dead foul on it, bro. A big dead foul here, you know, bro. If you see it, bro, looking like the Kellogg's chicken, bro.
We have the best badge.
Nah, bro, not that badge, bro. That badge is an embarrassment, boy, king, boy. I swear,
Look at
I saw that badge in a week. I was
the United badge. It's embarrassing.
Killer. It looking like, bro, listen, yeah, Liverpool new badge. Let me show you. Bro, listen, I'm going to finish with Jamie here.
You wearing
in the Premier League, and not just Fulham at home. You think what he did last week against Arsenal away, Manchester City at home. So Casemiro is well within his rights to, if he wants to come back at me and say, leave the punditry before the punditry's left you. He could definitely get one of those back in. But listen, credit to him. He looks a completely different player.
I think you've got a bit left in you, mate. I think you've got a bit left in you.
You got a little bit of food.
A little bit left in him. But he looks a different player physically as well. Even when I said that, you looked at him and he looked like an old man coming to the end of his time as a player. And whether he let himself go a little bit or now he's been ultra professional, physically he looks complete.
They won this penalty, Jamie. I don't think there's too much doubt here. Harry
strike from Cunha, who's starting to look the real deal.
Unbelievable finish, isn't it, from Cunha, who's quite wide of the goal as well. But that was not the end.
To score a goal. So the thing about that was it's the weight of the pass. That is the special thing there. That rolls any further, it's too much of an angle to score a goal from there. And it's a brilliant strike from Cunha, who's starting to look the real deal.
Unbelievable finish, isn't it, from Cunha, who's quite wide of the goal as well. But that was not the end.
But listen, it's a simple pass for the player, Darren, but it's the weight of the pass. If the weight of the pass...
If you're a keeper facing that kind of Man United nerves, what do you think happening to your keeper this season in this game at Old Trafford, bro? 500 million for 6th place. That would be a big talking point if you end up in 6th, you know, bro. 500 million for 6th. Big spend.
You see the greatest striker score 2 goals.
No, but I mean, listen. Let me be honest, bro. Let me be honest, right? Let me be honest. Okay, I'm not disputing that you know your boy Etekite is now a top striker. I can't dispute that. Yeah, but I feel like you
He's
can't
a
come and
12.2.
talk to me and tell me some kind of craziness like, you know, words up there with Bruno Fernandes and thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't agree with these things.
After with Kevin De Bruyne.
Nems, hold on. Now let me finish this Carragher review here. Watch this here, fellas.
3. Again, in different positions. Okay, so this time Cunha's central, Bruno Fernandes is to the right again. So that was basically what Michael Carrick was trying to do right throughout this game. But the no-look pass is fantastic. But listen, it's a simple pass for the player, but it's the weight of the pass. If the weight of the pass is he underhits that slightly, the defender makes a tackle. If he overhits it, the angle is too tight to score a goal. So the thing about that was it's the weight of the pass. That is the special thing there. That rolls any fear that it's too much of an angle to score a goal from there. And it's a brilliant strike from Cunha, who's starting to look the real deal.
Unbelievable finish, isn't it, from Cunha, who's quite wide of the goal as well. But that was not the end of the game because Fulham got themselves right back into it. And you felt this was coming from Fulham in the second half, building attacks.
Guys, listen, yeah,
and then
and this is what Drex was talking about just now. Yeah, Drex is expressing the frustration of moments where we concede like this and then go into a problem where we concede a second goal. And it almost brought back that sort of PTSD because when they scored that second goal, it reminded me of 2 games. The Bournemouth game with Krupi and then the Villa game with this brother, what's his name? Rodgers. And to be honest, I thought Rodgers was a much better player. I will not buy he at Man United, not even for €1 million. You know what I mean? Not even 1 million. I don't want him. He could keep himself at Villa. He's not good enough to play for Man United. Promote Shea Lacey in front. That brother will exceed this brother very soon. Trust what I'm telling you. Because listen, yeah, if a better defender was defending him, I'm not saying better, but a more physical defender who wasn't scared to put a body on him, he not scoring that goal. This goal and all, this brother score. Very good goal. But he didn't have a body on him. And this is the problem when sometimes we get a little bit caught watching, ball gazing. You know what I mean? But Drex, this was your point. And you know what I mean?
See, for me, it's if you look at that okay, the first goal I argued if it was a penalty, okay, they called it. The second goal, I know a lot of people want to go at Ugarte for not responding quickly. But if you look at that play, Ahmad was with the player. Ahmad was with the player when the player made that 1-2, right? So Ugarte saw the danger really late because he was trying to double up with who was playing the right back. I can't remember who was playing the right back, but Ugarte was trying to double up. Then once he saw that play, by the time he was trying to respond, right, to put in the block, the man left already, and the football left the man's foot already, right? And I was like, could Ahmad have done better? When I looked at the play again, that ball came off the boot of Ugarte.
Of Ugarte.
Maybe that was what just made it go that far. Maybe it was like, but after that goal, I'm like, no, not again, bro. I've seen you guys give so much to end up getting a point in this game. No, the history of the past cannot rewrite itself, you know. Come on, let's fight. But when I was talking to myself, I'm looking at Carrick and he's saying, calm down. I'm like, okay, maybe there's a different energy to this one this time. Then you see how they regain control for that 2-3 minute spell. And brilliant play by Bruno right there. Just
Let me hear this. Let me hear what happened.
Penalty record in Premier League history. He's surpassed Yaya Toure. He's now scored all 12 that he has taken, and that's why I think a lot of people are expecting him to get Fulham back in the game there. But Fulham weren't done there. Pressure was building towards the end of the game, Jamie.
It was. Listen, it wasn't a great performance for Manchester United. It was a great result and the manner of it. But Fulham were really good in this game and definitely deserved to get something from the game. I think a draw would have been a fair result. But that was a fantastic goal. And it wasn't just the second half here. We've seen them score 2 goals in the second half. They had one, obviously, disallowed for a really tight offside. But even in the first half, they played some really good football.
We were watching this game together in here. And as soon as they equalised, you said, because they've been defending quite a lot of that point, Manchester United, you said, watch this, Manchester United will go and attack now.
Yeah, I think it's just the nature of the game. When you're 1-up or you need a goal, Fulham were completely dominating the game. You just knew what would happen now. Fulham would end up on the edge of the box and Manchester United would start playing again. It's just, listen, why it happens, I don't know, but it happens in every game of football like that.
Where'd the goal come from then?
Well, it comes from Bruno Fernandes. I mean, the goal scored by Sesko, and it's a great moment for him. But who's at the heart of it again?
Hey,
Jummy's brilliant.
This
Fernandes,
man can't done wax lyrical about Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, I mean, every shape, way, form, he's always say it comes from Bruno. Some bit of quality, Bruno Fernandes. And I tell a lot of people, and as we tell them on them, I know some people don't like Bruno, but we never really give Bruno players to aim at. Men who willing to get there and give him options. And now he have that. Look at the difference.
And he can't really cope with Bassey physically, but he's too clever for him. And then you just look in the middle here with Sesko, finds himself with space. And the great thing is, maybe better people than me and strikers will say the goals don't move. He never really looks at all at the situation. But just keep an eye on Bruno Fernandes. The ball comes into him. He knows the defender's coming. He can scan just slightly over his right shoulder. And he knows he's got to get this cross in quickly because Bassey physically will get back out. He has to cross it now. He can't take it on. He'll come back.
Understanding.
And as this ball comes in, obviously the defenders are a little...
I didn't understanding. Look where that man shoot from. Bennett wrong. And man, them want to talk about my striker. Give him time. And you have a good scoring ratio, Drex. You know what I'm saying, Drex?
If Bucharest tries that thing, he'll be in the hospital bed right now. His hip would have been gone.
Bro, Benjamin.
But you see that first touch? You see that first touch? That first touch sent everybody, both the goalkeeper and that standing defender, packing. That first touch to set up that ball for that turn with that swing, bro. Because he had
I tell men, bro, one time I see he haircut, I don't know it's a serious mode he come out in. I see it before. I saw that story before, bro. I remember watching this man, bro, fresh from Salzburg in Leipzig. He had the blonde hair, he had a mohawk thing going, you know. He had a goal in the first game, about 6-7 games, he gone not scoring no goals, bro. Yeah. And all of a sudden, he on the bench, Openda scoring goals, you know, Killick scoring goals, man on the bench. Boom! 2 weeks later, man, come back on the pitch with a low haircut, bro. That was right after around the Euros, after the Euros or something like that, because he had a low blonde haircut. And his goals. Man come back and rip about 12 goals in 6 games. Bang, 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 bang. Well, I mean, it's Germany. But when I see him cut here, I say to myself, he's serious again. He's come out here to fight for his place. And it's good to see. It's good to see, bro. Trust on that.
Good first touch.
Yeah,
first touch.
He puts it there, but look at it. He doesn't look at all. And it's a brilliant finish. And listen, it's been really difficult for him. And it's been difficult for Fulham before a young striker coming in as well.
I think this is relevant, Jamie.
Understand? Stick it in the back of the net, and that is a quality finish. And a lot of footballers, you have to watch that. Young footballers, they have to pay attention to that. You have to set yourself. You have all people have to be composed in front of goal, because if you're not composed, you're not going to finish well. You understand? And that was that finish there in a nutshell. To be honest. That was Man United game. And to be fair, we might have given Fulham our way back in the 80-something minute, but they never really was in the game. Because there was 2-0 down up until the 83rd minute when the referee gave him a pen. So it was a shame, to be fair, you know, guys, because if we're being real honest about this game and the result, you know, it would come down to a situation where we had to say Fulham should have been playing with 10 men from the 4th minute of the game. Whether or not it was a penalty or not, it should have been a foul. Because the player went through the back of, clearly went through the back of Mbumo, took him out. He was also the last man. 2 mistakes was made there. Yeah, because the player is the last man. And if it was Man United, I'm betting money, our player to have a red card, he would have been going off the pitch. We would have been playing that game at home with 10 men. I want to stop complaining about these things. And as we banter and joke, it could happen to any team, and that will kill the football. I don't like how VAR is being run at all. I don't like how it's being utilized. I feel like it's getting worse. You know, it comes into a situation where they decide what calls they want to call. It seems like if they could manipulate it as well. It's just take too long. Sometimes it's be too quick. Some decisions is be too quick, and some decisions is take too long. I don't understand it. The decision that Brian Mbumo was not a foul was within 15 seconds or 20 seconds, you know. And the decision for the penalty on Maguire, well, they never even review it. And the players was protesting. So it's weird. It's really, really weird. But hey. So on a final note, before we all, you know, say goodbye, we have a little bit of time left. And I wanted to ask you all some questions. You guys in the chat as well. I know there's some of you there. Don't forget to smash the likes and subscribe as well. But here is the questions here. You know, for the Chelsea fans and the neutrals, Chelsea comeback, is it real progress or false dawn? You could either say yes, no, maybe, false dawn, or real. What's your thoughts on this, Drex?
That's real progress, bro. It's
Real
not like
progress.
it's not okay. Let me not put the word real. It's not like Chelsea were struggling. The reason why they sacked the manager wasn't based off result. It was based off a dispute, right? So it's not like Chelsea has been hanging around that place, right? But I think this manager has come. What was happening to the Chelsea team is not different from what happened under Maresca. You get me? It's just that especially that West Ham game, I feel like they should sack Nuno. In fact, sack Nuno immediately, because you can't throw a two-goal lead like that, right? With the manner in which you lost it, bro, Nuno was just looking like as though he didn't have any response. But to go back to Chelsea, it's progress especially for the new man that just took over. To him, it's progress, you know. So as long as he makes Europe, they'll be fine.
Nems, are Liverpool back, or was Newcastle just very poor, bro? This is the question for you.
Early.
What?
To say we're back. Still early.
It's still early to say you're back, so Newcastle was poor then.
Bro, Newcastle were dreadful.
We performed way better.
Newcastle.
No, it's either or them. It's either you are back or Newcastle was poor. You have to pick one. There's no in between there.
Newcastle were poor. I take that one. Newcastle were poor.
Your choice, bro. I'm not gonna blame you for your opinion.
No, he knows. He knows Newcastle were poor. Names, what are you saying? You don't want to speak? Say the truth. Say the truth, bro.
It's how you feel, bro. If you are back or Newcastle was poor, which one?
We're lacking a gray zone. We don't know. We don't know.
Oh man, Nems, you know, having no chest today, bro. Guys in the chat, and you know, did VAR change any of the outcomes this weekend for you all? I feel like it affected the United game somewhat, but at the same time, you know, that's just me.
You need some tissues.
It's all good. I'm honest about it. You know what I'm saying? Drex, this one is for you. Is Arsenal the most complete team right now? Or did they just get lucky against Leeds? You know?
No, they are the. When you say complete, like, yeah, they're the most complete. I think they have, if not, they have about 2 to 3 players for each position. So that should make them a complete side, right? However, we all know they were going to score against Leeds, especially that marksman that he only knows how to score against low team, bottom half team and stuff like that.
Max Dolman.
So yeah, but it's looking like I don't know why everybody says, oh, I was talking to some of my brethren offline the other day, and they were like, oh, Arsenal better win the league or else. I'm like, okay, what's this thing with Arsenal has to win the league?
Well, they have to.
Win the league.
They're like, Drex, do you want Man City to win it again? I'm like, I don't have any preference, but just Arsenal must. What's the must inside? Bro, it's a 30. If they don't play to win the league, they won't win it.
True.
If they don't play to win, so they have to play to win. So if you want to win, you have to go to places like Ellen Road and win Leeds comfortably. You get me? So I don't want any of them to win the league. If it was possible for them to lose all rest of their game, I win all my games and I win the league. So, because when I keep saying I don't want Arsenal to win the league, so like, oh, do you want Man City? I don't want Man City either. So, but you won't catch me saying I
don't want none of them to win.
Oh, so but they have to play to win.
Everyone wants Liverpool to win the league.
Yeah, I mean, nobody wants Liverpool to win neither, Broski. Don't get ahead of yourself.
They have to. So for me, to answer that question, they are the more complete side right now, but they have to show it. You know, the league is not a sprint; it's a marathon. So now it's time for them huge mentality to kick in. So you can't be having people that are shaky in mentality to actually try to see out this business end of the league. So for me, it's all theirs to lose. It's all theirs to lose. If they win it, oh, big up to them. If they lose, if they don't win it, happy days, bro. Happy days.
We're born Arsenal. If they don't win the league, they're shit. It's simple as that. Because this will be the 4th time in a row they led the league and didn't win it. Curtails and coattails, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? And this is the question for everyone, so that we will be ending on, guys, because I've got to get some sleep. Early days tomorrow, and you know, long days. It's not a good week this week. But Man United, was it mentality or was it chaos? You know what I mean? Was that win a mentality win for Man United, or was it just plain old chaotic? Let me know, guys. Drex, what are your thoughts? Nems, I'll let you go first, then Drex. And of course, those of you in the chat, let me know so I can put the comments up on the screen.
That you guys had okay points. I was hoping for you guys to lose.
I know you was going to say we was in chaos, you know, bro. I telling you, no, Drex. I knew he was going to say
it was. You know what? I would say it wasn't chaotic, right? Because after the 3rd goal, we said no. Like, we kept it. Even when Fulham were trying to, we were more disciplined, right? And I don't know why we went when they scored that 1 goal via the penalty. I don't know why we just decided to sit back and absorb pressure like we did. And when that 2nd goal went in, I looked at it. I'm like, yo, you guys don't deserve to just drop these 2 points. You deserve more. And they went to and they showed me that, yeah, they actually deserved more and they won the game. But after that goal by Sesko, even with the I think it was another 7 minutes that was added after that goal celebration. 7-8 minutes, it looked like United, Fulham were not going to get a goal. It just looked that type of way. We're not going to get a goal. So
that we played 112 minutes and 30 seconds. We talk about.
So it's all calm. It was from that point Sesko scored that goal. It felt like, although Fulham have the ball, they tried to find a way. bro, you'll get it. He was, you know what? Come back, try again next time. Today done. Try again next time.
But not try
Raffle.
again. It's bye-bye. I mean, Nems. All in the, some of the top teams did look good this weekend. I can't lie. You know what I mean? Arsenal's getting the 4-0. Liverpool beating Newcastle 4-1. It's long. It's long. But at the same time, what I will say, Nems, is Man United is there. And we are there above you. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah.
Not for long.
I know how long you've been trying to say to me, we are above you, but you're not. You're below me. You know what I mean? You're all the way down there in 7th, bro. How does that doesn't feel good, I'm sure. But, hopefully Man City will join you soon enough. You know what I mean? They've been dropping points like you were dropping at the beginning of the season. And of course, you guys are trying to fight back now, but you got Champions League, you got FA Cup, you got League Cup to worry about. So many things on the mind.
Fighting for top 8.
You are fighting for top 8, broski. It's just how it goes this season. You know what I mean? But don't worry, City will join you soon. I think it's gonna be a stunning. There's gonna be a shift in the blue. You know what I mean? It's gonna probably be Arsenal, Villa, Man United, and Chelsea in the top 4. But I don't know. I keep telling them. You know what I mean? You will see. You will see, bro.
You can.
You will see, bro. When you finish in 6th, holla at me.
Liverpool is going to finish ahead of Aston Villa.
You think so?
Yeah.
Liverpool going to finish ahead of Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So Villa will end up somewhere in 6th. Liverpool might just, or 7th. Liverpool might just be in 6th. I feel Chelsea might still maintain that 5th position. United will climb to 3rd, if not 2nd.
So who's the 2 teams going to come up in and ahead of Man City and thing?
Man City is still going to be 2nd. Man City is still going to remain 2nd in the league. So between 3rd, 4th, 5th would be 3rd, 4th, 5th would be in no particular order. United, Chelsea, Liverpool, that way.
Bro, Liverpool finishing 6th, bro. I don't know about you.
Aston Villa
finishing 6th.
I
can tell you, bro. Liverpool finishing 6th this season. I see it. Yeah, already. It already happened. Yeah. They already are 6th. Where I'm sitting right now in 2026. You understand? 6 months ahead of time. But anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. Sorry about all the technical difficulties, Sometimes it's like that, guys. But big up to each and every one of you joining. Don't forget to smash the likes and subscribe. Tomorrow, we will be back to talk about some, transfer news. There's some interesting things to talk about. Of course, everybody wanted some transfers. And of course, I was like, yeah, I wish I could give you some transfer talk. But, certain things happened that led to certain things happening that Man United wasn't really going to sign anyone this transfer window. So, I won't try to bait you all and make you all feel a type of way because it's just not the way we do things here. We're all fans, so we try to keep it all love. You know what I mean? No clickbait shit, But big up to you guys, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.